Hello and welcome to the new vlog. Today's vlog on the 6th of September. Hopefully you can see my solve there. It's just starting up in the bottom left hand corner of the screen. Very odd puzzle today. Took me about 2 minutes I think before I wrote in any answers at all, which is very unusual and somewhat panic inducing actually, because I just could not solve anything. But I guess there's some sort of lesson there in the sense that I think I finished the puzzle in the end in 10 minutes. So, there was 8 productive minutes in the middle where I actually did something. And yeah, it was a good puzzle. Lots of interesting clues and lively wordplay. But I'm going to use today's vlog for something slightly different. I'm going to refer back to something Mark talked about yesterday when he was reviewing yesterday's crossword, when he referred to an and lit clue. We've had some questions about what does this mean, what is this thing, an and lit clue, and I think I mentioned it in an earlier vlog also as one of the sort of unusual clues that you would see occasionally in a Times crossword, where our normal rule, which is that you find the definition either at the beginning or the end of the clue, that rule is broken with an and lit clue. This vlog I'm going to try and explain why. So the thing about an and lit clue is that the entire clue serves 2 purposes. Firstly, the entire clue is the definition of the answer. Okay, so that's fairly straightforward. Secondly, the entire clue also acts as wordplay for that same answer. So that may strike you as incredibly unlikely. How could words do this? Have this double application? And probably the best way to explain how this could work is to look at some examples. I mean, there are some famous examples that I've come across over the years that sort of stick in your head as just fantastic clues, and the skill that the setter displays in managing to come up with these examples mean that they tend to stick in the memory. So firstly, I should apologise to the authors of these clues for not name checking them. It's because I don't know who came up with them originally. But my admiration for them is great, and I hope they'll forgive me. And please do write in the comments if you know who came up with these clues. Right, hopefully on the screen too you can see the first example we're going to discuss, which is quite a famous example of this sort of clue, and it's cop in male form, 9 letters. And so the whole clue, as I've said, acts as a definition here. So we're looking for a male form of copper, and the most obvious, of course, is a policeman, and that is the answer. And hopefully you can see there that what's happening is that you are anagramming cop in male, as instructed by the anagram indicator form. So the form is acting as an instruction to shuffle around the letters of cop in male, and you can see that gives you policeman, so that the whole thing is an example of an and lit clue. Let's look at a couple of others. Probably this is one of my favourite clues of all time. It's very simple but so beautifully structured. So put suspect in custody, 7 letters, is and the answer there is capture, and you can see that suspect is being used there as a very intelligent and interesting form of anagram indicator. So you need to anagram the letters put that in a word for custody, which is care is a word for custody, and so you can get the word capture, which means exactly that, to put suspect in custody, you capture them. So, I mean, that is a sensational clue. I wouldn't surprise me at all if that is a prize-winning clue, and that's why I remember it, because I've seen it winning a competition at some point. So another famous example would be one's cold to walk over, 6 letters. And the answer there is ice cap. And you can see that, so you've got 1, i.e. the I. You've got C for cold. I think C for cold is it's a very common abbreviation you find in crosswords. You know, I think it's from taps. Basically, you find a C or an H on taps, so you'll see H for hot as well. So you've got I plus C, and then to walk over, you've got a reversal of the word pace. And the whole thing, so you've got the IC and the reversal of pace, gives you ice cap. And one's cold to walk over, well, an ice cap is something that is cold to walk over. So the whole clue is doing double duty. It's all acting as wordplay, and it's all acting as definition. So that's another great example. Finally, probably I'll leave you with one to think about for yourselves. This is another very famous example from Ximenes, who is, I suppose, the father of modern cryptic crosswords. He wrote the book on the rules that we now apply as setters and solvers, and he came up with the following analytic, which hopefully you can see on the screen, which is will get excited with ring seat. It's a 10-letter answer. I'm not going to tell you what it is. See if you can work it out, and please add comments. There's no prize, but you know, it's still kudos to whoever solves it. And please also leave any questions. Hopefully I've explained what these things are now, and that's useful. And we'll see you again tomorrow for another vlog.